On the pinnacle of all discussions, this is Omonato's half hour here on Flow 94.9 FM. And you know how we do it. It comes to you every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, which means this is the very last edition of the platform for the week. My name is Wisdom Thomas, and of course, we're going to be looking at the campaigns. We are going to assess how it has been, especially in the state so far. I mean, the last time I had my guest, who you will get to meet in no distant time, we looked at the approaches of the different political parties, how they were going about their business. Have they really evolved? Has there been changes after they berated their approaches on trying to bribe people over to attend their rallies and all that, even taking approaches which are not sportsmanlike as long as campaigns and electioneering periods are concerned? Has there been changes? This will be, of course, on the front burner this morning. And like I told you, we'll get to meet my guest. I have Dr. Max Ndagibe, leader Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders, joining this very program virtually. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Wisdom.
Good to have you again after a little hiatus.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, and of course in the studio, as usual, is Dr. Eugene Mwoha, a member of Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders. Thank you for joining us once again. How are you doing? Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Wisdom. I'm doing fine. Welcome, listeners.
All right, let's commence this very journey, shall we? Dr. Max, Dr. Mwoha, the last time we converged on this very platform, we looked at the approaches of the different political parties, how they were going about their campaigns, and you people faulted some lapses, some archaic approaches, some measures they were putting in place which is not really in sync with the realities on ground. I'll start with Dr. Max. Have you looked at them yet again? Are there changes? Have they evolved, turned a new leaf?
Well, I haven't seen so much of, thank you for the question. I haven't seen so much of changes, by the political parties. They are still stuck with the old system of hiring people, hiring bosses, paying people to attend the rallies, and then, so it's still the same old thing. They have not been able to adapt themselves to the new realities of the Electoral Act. The Electoral Act has handed over the issue of suffrage, to the people. Now, if you get to 3 or 4 persons, or if you get a dozen persons, from a village, to attend your rally, that is not enough, to convince the people of that village who didn't attend your rally, to vote for you. Unless, again, the people who attended your rally will now go home and do a kind of house-to-house campaigning, explaining to others who did not attend the rally on the principles of your party, the things your party has promised to do for them. Unless that is done, you are not getting yet, to the grassroots.
Dr. Mwoha, one thing I can pick up from that very last conversation was where you pointed out that some parties and candidates were playing bitter politics, where they go about destroying the billboards of opponents and all that. Has this drastically dropped, or is it still at the high side where it were at that moment?
From our discussion and movements around, I can say realistically that destruction of billboards has dropped to an extent. So I will also use this opportunity to ask the political parties to please go and rebuild those billboards that were destroyed, because the billboards also help to promote your candidates and promote the programs you have for the people. So on that side, I would say that we have noticed a drop in that destruction. But on the side of the campaigns, like our leader, Dr. Ndagibe, has said, there's not much change. The people are still using the old method, and they believe that this election is mainly a party thing. But for all I know, Go and ask the people. You discover that this election is based on individuals, the capacity of individuals. So you may have a situation where people from different parties may win the election. So that is the situation on ground, because we who are on ground as elders, we monitor day-to-day happenings both in our area and in the other areas in the Old Bend zone that the election will also take place. So I believe that the suggestion by Dr. Mas that they should approach the people on individual basis is most likely to be more effective than the rallies that appears to just be a jamboree.
Let us go on a very short break. When we make a return, Dr. Max, I'm coming to you. Both of you have pointed out a critical point. Dr. Ngwa mentioned that most electorates now are examining individuals before looking at the antecedents before the polls come around. Is it truly a reflection that the party has failed? Is it a collapse on the structure of political party and all that? I don't know what your reaction is to this one, but we would have your say when we return.
Okay.
Army deadlines. Army of hope. Army of unmatched potential. Secure and progressive army that we can call our home.
That is our slogan. Kokoroko Chiabola, Chindia Biabola. I feel elated, I feel happy. This is a challenge unto me to make sure that Abia comes alive again.
A new Abia deserves a leader with the vision in Professor Gregory Ibe. Tune in to a new Abia, a media program that keeps you abreast of the activities of Abia governorship candidates in Abia State. Professor Gregory Ibe and Flow 94.9 FM on Friday by 11 a.m.
Thank you for staying with us. It is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, the first half of the program, and it's Omonato special. I have Dr. Max Ndragibe, leader Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders, part of this very conversation virtually. And right here in the studio with me is Dr. Eugene Moha, member Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders. Thank you, gentlemen, for staying with me.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Dr. Max, I was asking a question before we went on that break. When people begin to look at individuals now, the antecedents, what they have done before this very point, is it a true reflection that something is wrong in our political ecosystem where people now decide to vote across individual lines other than political lines?
Yeah, I think it's a fallout of the long experiences the people have had with politicians across board. I mean, all over the country. They make so many promises, very lofty promises and so forth, and then at the end of the day, they do nothing, absolutely nothing to fulfill the various promises they have made. So people are beginning, and then of course, that led to a situation where the electoral act, had to be reorganized, had to be amended to reflect a new order. So right now, I think we are at a period of transition, from the old order to a new order, following the amendments of, made, to the electoral act. So that the electoral act has more or less opened the eyes of the people to the fact that, now your votes are going to count. Therefore, you have to be conscious of, how you use your vote. Unlike before, where elections are held and results were written in one government house or the other, and then, the candidates emerge and they continue to suppress the people. They continue, in fact, they have no respect whatsoever for the people because they know that the people have no hand in their emergence. They only care to those persons who wrote the results for them and who put them in power. But this time around, that is likely not going to happen with the new electoral act. That is not going to happen. So the people have been reinforced, to believe that their votes will count, and now they have been directed to look at the individuals who make such promises to them. Now, they're no longer going to depend on one party. They're not going to have a plethora of, candidates from various political parties. And they're going to vote as it affects them, as it appeals to them, as such individuals, candidates appeal to them. And if they do that, we're going to have what I may call, a reflection of, democracy.
A reflection of democracy. Dr. Ngwa, I'm coming to you now. I don't know if there are palpable changes in your philosophy as Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders, where I'm sure there are things you feel should be the modus operandi across board for candidates and parties as they go about their campaign. I think it's less than 80 days to the elections now. Has your stance changed in terms of how the parties and individuals, or perhaps candidates should go about preaching, trying to convince the electorate to buy into their ideas?
Yes, no, our philosophy has always remained the same. We have said there should be a level playing ground for all the candidates and their parties. We have also said that there should be no vote buy-in. People should be allowed to vote according to their consciences. And we have also said that people should look at the competence and capacity of those coming up for elective positions. Especially we have in Ukwa La Ngwa, we have two candidates, leading candidates in these pools. We have Engineer Nwafo, Nana Nwafo, we have Professor Ikonne on the ballot. So we want the electors to look at these two gentlemen, look at their capacity, look at their antecedents. We are not presenting them just because they are from our area. They are now party candidates, and people will have to examine them and vote for them. We presented them initially due to the Abia Charter of Equity, and we said it clearly that the Abia Charter of Equity does not even mention senatorial zones. It's not there in the charter. What we have is the Aba zone and the Old Bende zone. So these two candidates from our zone, in the spirit of equity, we have said we look at them, look at their capacity, look at their competence, look at their antecedents, look at their qualification for this job, and vote for them. We discourage campaign of calumny, we discourage hate speech, going to rally grounds and talking ill of your opponents. That does not help. So we want people to be rational in the way they go about this election.
Dr. Marks, having started off this morning by looking at the overall performance of different parties and their candidates, especially in terms of campaign, their modus operandi, the measures they've put in place, their modalities, but trying to narrow it down now to the two candidates of your extraction, if I would put it that way, just like Dr. Ngwa mentioned. Have you looked at what they have been doing? Do you feel they've been on the right track themselves? And he mentioned that the people should look at them, examine them, and find a reason to, pitch their tent with them. Do you agree with him?
I agree perfectly with Dr. Ngwa. And of course, he's part of the leadership of Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders. Now, bear in mind, that the moment the politicians, the active partisan politicians left us, that is, left the Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders platform and went to their various parties to campaign, we have had peace in Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders. The real elders are now meeting. The real elders are now looking at our... Remember too that we invited our own candidates and had a rapport with them where we had a feeling of what they are proposing to the people of our district. And our changes, we invited Professor Ikonne of the PDP, we invited Nana Nwafo of the YPP, and both of them came, and we were satisfied, that they gave us, what they're going to do. They told us what they're going to do for the people, and we are satisfied to project them, to the entire populace, that is, to the voting populace of our district. We recommend the Young People's Party, the YPP candidate, which is Engineer Nana Nwafo, and we recommend also the PDP candidate, which is Professor Ikonne. Both of these two candidates are our candidates that we are projecting to the people of our district. It is now the people of our district that will make the final decision on these individuals. And then we are appealing to our people, that is Abia people, not to be carried away, not to look at them from a tribal or clannish point of view. They look at them as people who have offered themselves, to serve out their state. And look at their personalities. Look at what they have. The projects that they propose, how they are going to fulfill and execute those projects. And then from there they'll be able to make a meaningful choice, of a candidate.
If you're just tuning in, it is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions here on Flow 94.9 FM. It's down the street now. I've been speaking with Dr. Max Ndragibe, leader of Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders, and in the studio with me, Dr. Eugene Nwaha, member Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders. Dr. Nwaha, now, there's been some decisions or perhaps policies made by the current government. I would mention a couple of them, and I'm thinking that has, of course, elicited mixed reactions across board. One of them being the redesign of Naira, which we know how it has raised a lot of eyebrows across the country. On the other hand, the issue of limitation to withdrawal come next year, and some people, they feel it's going to have an impact on the outcome of elections come next year. I don't know what you feel about this one. Do you think it's a step in the right direction and it could have any influence on the credibility of the elections come 2023?
Yes. For me, the economically, the redesign of the Naira is long overdue. Like we know, this is something that should have happened between 8 and 10 years of the life cycle of that currency, but it's now over 18 years, which when the last one was done. Talking of its effect on the electoral process, yes, it will have an impact, because we have been talking against this vote buying, and we believe that vote buying is encouraged by the high quantity of cash floating in the system. However, economically, we will see that the amount to be withdrawn in a day, that's 20,000. I feel it is still small. I understand the Senate and House of Representatives will be looking at it today, tomorrow, maybe on Monday they will also look at it. So if that amount is increased, I don't see anything bad in the policy. The policy will be very helpful. It will help us to get back this our economy, and it will also help in reducing the large exchange rate as against the dollar and other foreign currencies. So for me, it's a good one.
Dr. Marx, I'm sure you heard what Dr. Moore has said, and I'm sure that the citizens of this country will be at home with any decision whatsoever that would aid in credible election, which has been few and far between ever since that a long time ago since that happened. But then I want to get your own thoughts now, or possibly your admonition to the electorates. They look at things which are certainly difficult. They sell their votes. I mean, that has happened in elections before now. What do you have to tell them? Because obviously, if they make another decision, wrongly so, in the coming election, it may take 8 years or 4 years for another amendment to be done through the polls.
Indeed, if we follow the history of elections since 1999, we will all agree in this country that money has played too much role in the choice of those who emerged as political party candidates and who eventually come up to rule us after the elections. They buy people, they buy the structure even. You saw what happens in the national conventions of the two major parties. You saw how money was used, to change the normalcy of things, So I think that it was an attempt, to be able to reduce the influence of money in the elections that brought the government of Buhari to intervene in this instance. So first of all, it is a good idea in the sense that I agree with Dr. Warren. Now, if they have limited the amount of money that we have to spend in a day to say you cannot withdraw more than 20,000 naira. I think if we have this system, for 2, 3, 4 weeks, it will bring down the cost of things, in the market. Because if you don't have the money, obviously, you can't buy. And then the person who has the goods cannot sell, then we're going to have a balance, whereby the cost of living will go down slowly, the cost of things, will go down. And then, that is at the economic level. Then at the political level, we will also see a situation where, the big monies, I don't see those who have magazined the dollars, those who have stored the dollars, now I can't see them bringing it out, in large quantities anymore, because, it's going to be difficult for you to change it or spend it, So I think that measure has brought a significant control over the expectations, that we will have on the elections.
Okay, but before we call it time, we will definitely have to squeeze in 1, 2, 3 calls as time will permit. So call us 0808182649 or 0811605249. It is the back end of Omonato special here on Flow 94.9 FM. From lines, balls, and name, location, and you have only 30 seconds or more. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good to have you join the conversation. Go ahead.
Hello.
I lost that very one. Do call back 0808182649. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Easy. How are you?
I'm okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Pastor Fan Emmanuel. Good morning, Dr. Max and Dr. Moha. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from Balfi, Ukwa La Ngwa North. Yeah, I will quite agree with you that competence, capacity, qualification, antecedents, and others should play a vital role in this forthcoming election. I quite agree with you, Dr. Moha. I also agree with Dr. Max Ngagibe that campaigns should be taken down to town hall meetings where these candidates will meet directly with the people, the electorate, not open air campaign alone.
Okay.
That is in order.
Thank you very much.
I disagree with Dr. Max Ngagibe.
I would have allowed you to disagree, but time is at premium. Thank you very much, Pastor Ifeanyi Emmanuel. So others can get involved. Call us 0808269949 or 0811605249. One more call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Wizzy.
Good to have you join the conversation. Name and location. Go ahead.
I'm Ukwa Chinedu. I'm calling from Oma here. Let me just go straight to the point. Good day, my elders in the house.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. I must align myself with you people on all your assertions. I believe that the candidate needs to change their pattern of campaigning. Let them do the grassroots. The grassroots should be the target. Then concerning Emefiele and his new policies, I am of the opinion that let Emefiele review that policy and upgrade, review that amount. That amount, let him review it and ensure that he maintains that policy. Why is it that it's always during the election period that politicians will remember the masses? To drive them, to drive their conscience.
I think you've made your point.
Let that policy be sustained.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your take. Time is not our friend anymore, even though I'm throwing overtures, it refused to accept. Dr. Moha, let's get your words, especially to Abians and the electorate, as we part.
Yes, we have basically two issues. We are saying we have good candidates in Engineer Wafo and Professor Ikodne for this governorship seat. We're also saying that people should vote according to their conscience. They should not be influenced by money politics. And we're also saying that everybody should have a level playing ground. There should be no hate speech. Don't go to destroy other people's billboards. Don't speak evil against people just because of this election. Because after the election, we will still have Abia State. We will still be here. So I encourage everybody to go out there. When the election comes, vote peacefully. We don't want any incidents of people fighting, destroying other people's houses or whatever. Let the elections be peaceful. That's our position.
Is what Dr. Ngwa is preaching this morning. Dr. Max Ndagibe, your own last words as we leave.
Thank you so much. I buy in totality the admonitions of Dr. Ngwa to the electorate and to the parties. I buy in totality because these are the issues we discussed at the level of the Elders Council. We are worried about the possible emergence of violence, the way people behave is important. To a peaceful election. So we'll continue to advise people to behave maturely, to behave without rancor and enmity, to conduct themselves in such a way that at the end of the day, at the end of these general elections, we will still be living in the same communities like brothers and sisters.
Thank you very much.
We'll continue to preach peace. We'll continue to also say that Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders have the best candidates so far, and we are projecting these candidates, Engineer Nana Wafo of YPP and Professor Kodne of PDP. The two of them, are good. But at the end of the day, Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders is going to support one out of the two candidates.
Thank you very much. That's the words of Dr. Max Ndagibe, leader of Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders. And the one you had before this one was that of Dr. Eugene Ngwa, member of Ukwa La Ngwa Council of Elders. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the platform Umonato special this Friday morning.
Thank you, Mr. Wisdom. Thank you, the listeners.
We look forward to another edition. Until then, this is the first half of the platform. We'll go on a very short break. When we return, we'll be turning our torchlight, beaming it on the All Progressives Congress in the state, how things has unraveled in their ranks. Do they still have candidates, Guba candidates going into the election next year, or are they playing to the gallery? We'll find out when we return. Stay with us.